offseason. Love seeing that. Don't love seeing your nose tackle make a tackle 9 yards down the field, but appreciate the hustle and the effort from that young man.
And he had put a pretty big stick on Numkana, and Numkana is slow to get up. It's a cold night. Those are the kind of hits that just really, really sting with you and stay with you.
Well, that's the flip side of it, right? You're not used to being 9, 10 yards down the field and getting hit by a guy that size.
So it looks like he's up and on his feet, and that's great to see. He's a fine athlete, and he's a big part of this Bettendorf program and this Bettendorf offense. Their leading receiver.
And only a junior.
Yeah, there's a bright future ahead for that young man here with the Bulldogs. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bettendorf from their own 45-yard line. As Zach Garton and the offense, so the officials called for one of the allotted drink breaks.
Absolutely. You don't want anybody to get a heat exhaustion
on a 40-degree night. Which we actually, we'll tell you, we thought we were going to have to call this game from the bleachers, and the Bettendorf media team were able to find us a booth that we could call the game from. So I'm very happy about that. It was going to be a cool night, but it's not all fun and games because our technical director Chris Anderson with Discover Muscatine, he is out in the stands running this broadcast. He's the one who makes everything work behind the scenes.
I was ready to be out there, Joel.
I was too. We got our extra stuff. I got my hand warmers.
I was thinking about going short sleeves.
7:15 to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Bettendorf. As Garton drops back to pass. He's going in the seam, and he's got a man, and he breaks a tackle. That's Austin Barta, and he is going to score. The senior tight end sneaks out of the backfield, actually. He's in the fullback position and is able to score a touchdown there.
Yeah, again, just a little bit too deep from the Muskie safeties there, which created that sort of open area, but behind your short receiver or defenders, but in front of your long distance defenders. And once he got that ball in space, missed tackle, you can't whiff on that tackle out there. You're on an island, you're by yourself, you got to grab cloth and hold on and make sure you get a hold of him.
Austin Barta with the touchdown. PAT is up, and it is good by Josh Peaser. And so that will make a 7-0 lead for Bettendorf with 7:01 to play here in the first quarter. We'll step away for 30. It's the Muskie football team on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels with professional out kitchen using inspiration quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
From a clogged toilet.
Welcome back to Tuval Stadium at Bettendorf High School. Joel Krausar, Ben Nitzel here with Muskie football. Muscatine trails Bettendorf 7-0 as Austin Barta just scored on a 60-yard touchdown pass from Zach Garton.
Nothing fancy there, just a little post route into space. Joel caught it, made a move on the safety, and it was all she wrote.
So Pelzer will kick off. And that's going to be a touchback, able to get over the goal line as David Wanty was ready to take that out of the end zone, but you just can't do that in high school. Once it crosses the goal line, it's a touchback.
Yep. Well, thank God. I think that was –
it saves a lot of decisions for high school athletes.
I appreciate the spirit and the thought, but it might just be a –
Would you like to maybe see the touchback come out to the 25 like they do at the college level now?
No, I'm a defensive guy, Joel. I'd like to see it go back to the 15.
6:59 to play here. I don't know how 2 seconds come off the clock on a play that actually wasn't able to advance, but it happened. Eli Gay at quarterback with Tim Nimley directly behind him. He's going to give it to Nimley off left guard, and Tim's got some room, and he pushes the pile forward. A good gain on first down.
That's nice. Again, this offense, you want to be in that 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 zone. And that's here to be in 2nd and 3 is like dreamland. You've got all your plays open. Bettendorf's got to defend you all over the spot. It's exactly what the offense needs here to get ahead in the count, as it were, if we could mix metaphors.
It's World Series season. I'm all for it. As it's 2nd and 2 now for the Muskies. Give this to Nimley. He tries to bounce it to the right, and just the pursuit is able to get him, and he's going to lose a couple.
Well, and again, the middle's stuffed up there, and so he tries to bounce it, which is what you want him to do, but they've got guys on the edge as well. And again, there's just a lot of pressure inside, and when you've got that many guys on the line and in the box, you're able to bring that outside pressure as well, and there's just nothing there.
So that'll make it 3rd and 5 now for the Muskies. They need to get to the 30-yard line for the first down. Gay and Nimley in the backfield. Eli's going to sweep right, and the pursuit just continues to find him. A little short side of the field sweep, and Bettendorf able to defend it. So 5:30 to play here in the first quarter. Muscatine trails, and the punt team will come on for the 3rd time tonight. Muscatine's had 3 possessions. The first possession was a high snap on the punt and essentially operated as a block as Xander Morgan had to go to his knee to catch it, or to get the ball. And then Bettendorf fumbled on the subsequent play, and another good punt from Xander Morgan that resulted in a Bettendorf touchdown.
Oh, it might be offsides there. The guy was offsides.
And I believe he got a piece of it. Yeah, but I'm with you, Ben. That looked like there was offsides, and it was right over the ball, too. So it will be Bettendorf ball in their own territory, in Muscatine territory, at the Muscatine 43-yard line.
And again, just remember, we're not playing NFL rules, so you cross that neutral zone, and
it's a dead ball.
It's dead ball automatically. There's no getting back or any of that kind of stuff.
So Zach Garton brings the offense on the field. Cole goes in motion. Little speed option look here from Garton, and he's going to turn the corner, and he gets a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, got to have an edge player there. I don't know who was responsible for outside contain for the Muskies, but they were nowhere to be found. You've got to get somebody in on that. When you see that option coming, we'll call that level 1, you got to get somebody on that option quarterback right now and make him make that pitch or get smashed.
Garton gets the call from the sidelines as Bettendorf goes no huddle here. 2nd and 4 from the 37. Barta in motion. And now Garton sprints out left, and he throws it short. Had a little bit of an opening there for Jacob Ripple, who was the intended receiver.
Yeah, it didn't look comfortable there, did he?
No, coming out to his left, he looked like he didn't quite get his hips around and didn't get enough on that ball. So 3rd and 4 from the 37. Wind at Bettendorf's back right now, and it's moving at a decent little clip.
Tell you, you had a lot of success earlier. Now I know they've got Numkina in the backfield here. Be interesting. I would have thought maybe there were a little bit of that screen, wide receiver screen.
3rd and 4. Cole goes in motion, and Numkina is going to keep that, and he is swallowed up by TD and company. So an attempt to giving Muscatine a little taste of their own medicine. Numkina, the wide receiver, comes in at quarterback, and unfortunately a Muskie is down. Is that Sanchez?
Well, it's 66. Is that Sanchez's other number? I don't know.
We've been trying to figure that out all year.
The body language looks like Anthony to me.
And we don't want to speculate with an injury, so hopefully we get a report as to who that might be. But it will be 4th and 4. We're going to take a quick break. We'll step away for 30 seconds. It's the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
Herd to feed. Time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere. And means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
Welcome back to Bettendorf High School. Joel Kraushaar, Ben Nitzel. It's 4th and 4, and the Bulldogs are going for it here, Ben, coming out of the injury timeout.
Yeah, I think that's the right call in this field position.
Garton had the man in the seam. That was Becaris open in the seam, but Muscatine dodges a bullet there.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some hands on those tight ends. They can't be letting those big targets run free right down the seam like that. You know, same thing. I mean, the touchdown was obviously a post, but still, get some hands on those guys and disrupt them a little bit. You cannot let them get into the soft parts of your zone.
But the Muskies catch a break. They're only down 7 here. 3:52 to go in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 with decent field position with their ball at their own 37-yard line. Eli Gay takes the snap. He gives it to Nimley. And again, Nimley met with contact a yard deep in the backfield.
Well, I know it doesn't look like it, but that is a power football formation there. You've got the two guys spread out wide, but you've got two blockers in the backfield in Peterson and Recker, and then you've got your running quarterback and Nimley behind him. So that's power football formation. Got to get a little bit more movement up front.
Xander Morgan wide left, Prince Wee wide right. Nick Peterson at the tight end position here to the right of the formation. Eli Gay and Tim Nimley in the backfield. Nimley goes right into the teeth of the defense and gets maybe a yard or two. That will bring it up 3rd and long again for the Muskies. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Well, I think, we obviously doing a lot of running here. Got to get that big senior offensive line going. You got a lot of big, studs for Muskies up front. Got to get some movement here and open some holes.
3rd and 8 for the Muskies. Gay's going to keep it, and there's Cole with the tackle. Cole just came up from his safety position and was able to tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
One of the things that's happening here too, Joel, is it's not just about your corners and your safeties not playing deep. It's also about those linebackers. Linebackers are a tough position because you have a dual job. Your first responsibility is run. Your second responsibility is that pass, that soft zone, 7 to 10 yards deep. Right now, Bettendorf's linebackers are taking the initial step forward, which you'd love to see, and then they're just running. They're just running downfield. They're not even worried about that zone right behind their heads.
Xander Morgan on to punt. Thought he had offsides again there.
We're getting a heck of a jump, man.
And a good roll there off the rugby kick for Xander Morgan. And Numkana does scoop it. Trying to make a play there, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard attack city for your special teams coach. Like, you're running full speed almost out of bounds. Just let that thing go.
Yeah, no good can really come out of what you're about to try.
You might have saved a yard. But, hey, great hands.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
Credit to him. Great hands.
1:51 to go here in the first quarter as Bettendorf takes over at their own 25-yard line. Zach Garton and company. He's got Terry Dunn in the backfield with him here. Numkana goes in motion.
Little arena motion. Now
The give is to Dunn. He breaks a few tackles. He's close to that first down marker. Were you saying that maybe he was going forward there?
Oh,
for
he was
his
definitely
motion?
going forward. Now, they don't call that a lot with the arena motion because he's mostly traveling, east or west east instead of north south. But he is coming forward. I mean, anytime you bend around the running back like that and then you start coming downfield, it's technically forward motion. But it's a little ticky-tacky, so fair enough.
Second and 1 with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. As Garten waits the snap. He's going to keep it, throw it out to Numkana. Prince Wee was looking to put the stick on him, but he had a chance maybe at the interception on the high throw.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a ball he can pick, but
he's playing his responsibility.
Well, right, his job is to come up and smash that guy, and he doesn't know where that pass is going to go. So, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I want my eyes on the target's body and seeing where he's at. So.
Oh yeah, that's one of those. If he makes the play, it's an unbelievable, exceptional play.
Sure, Dwayne Williams will be out there yelling, "Key the ball here now. 3rd and short. You don't want to jump off sides."
They give it to Dunn. Dunn's off left tackle. He's going to have the first down, but there's a flag. This one may be coming back, folks. When the umpire throws a flag, it's usually not your offensive line's best friend.
No, nice little hole opened up by Bettendorf there, though, right in the C gap, right off tackle.
But it may have been aided.
Could have been.
By a hole.
Could have been. It was pretty open.
So that is a big penalty on 3rd down. So that'll back Bettendorf up 10 yards. And the Muskies catch a break. So a minute to go here in the first quarter. Muskies trail 7-0.
Bettendorf's had a lot of success with those big targets just streaking down the middle of the field. We'll see if they go that route or maybe try to throw the bubble screen again here.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 with Dunn in the backfield. Rolls right, does Garten. He's throwing it back across to Numkana. And Jorge Ocampo, George was in a great position, and they are going to flag him, I think. But I don't know. That flag was, as a former defensive backs coach, I'd be pretty hot right now if that was called against my player. He was playing the ball the whole time. That back judge is auditioning for the SEC, I think.
I don't have a lot to add right now, Joel.
Great time to talk about some of our fine sponsors, Vision Center PC and Family Eye Center of Muscatine. Maybe they could volunteer their services. River Rehab Physical Therapy, Pearl City Construction, Pearl City Motors, and Hy-Vee Stores of Muscatine, as it will be 1st and 10 for Bettendorf at 46.8 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Sometimes you see what you expect to see.
That's profound. Garten drops back to pass. He's got no one open. He's going to try to scramble. Nick Peterson in pursuit, and that ball is thrown way out of bounds. Garten does a nice job of just getting rid of the ball and living to fight another day there.
Yeah, he really did.
39 seconds to go in the first quarter.
And was that, I think that might have been Nolan Recker out there too, putting some pressure on. I mean, again, you get Nolan, you get Nick Peterson, you got not only kids that are athletic and can move, but they're tall. And
Reed Olsis is out there in space too.
Yeah, you just got to throw over some of these big, tall kids the Muskies have. That's not always easy to do. Trips to the top there.
Zach Garten and Dunn in the backfield. Dunn goes in motion. A little screen out to Dunn. And he's going to get about 8 or 9 yards on that. And that looked like it was forward, so that's a pass.
Yeah, it was definitely a pass. It's a nice call. I mean, you got trips out there. You got some nice blockers. Muskies are a little gun shy on you running deep on them, so they're already going to be a little bit hesitant to come up. Just send your running back out. It almost turns into like a quicker toss sweep, right?
We'll bring up 3rd and short. We're under 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. I'm not sure we'll see Bettendorf snap it here.
Well, they're going into the wind.
They do. The give is to Dunn. He's going to fight his way forward and get the first down. And so it'll be 1st and 10 as there is another Muskie down on the field. I can't see the number on that. Is that Josh Thomas down?
It's Josh Thomas is down, yeah.
He did make the tackle. So as they tend to Josh, which hopefully everything is going okay for him or will be okay for him, we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout here as we're at the end of the first quarter on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experience.
And welcome back to Tuvel Stadium. It's the beginning of the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Garton with the quarterback draw there. And Garton's going to get a few yards there on 1st down. It's the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, brought to you by Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Bear of Muscatine, Eastern Iowa Community College, First National Bank of Muscatine, and Pearl City Motors. They'll bring up 2nd and 8 for Bettendorf. End of first quarter in Cedar Rapids. Davenport North trails Cedar Rapids Prairie 7-0. They give us to Dunn, and he is met in the backfield. TD doing a nice job getting those yards back and then some off the first down gain. That'll make it 3rd and 11 now. Huge tackle for loss by Tongue and Deason. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and long now for Bettendorf. As this Muskie defense looking to get off the field. They had to stop. They thought they did at least, and a questionable pass interference call went against the Muskies. As Garton puts Dunn in motion. He's looking to go to Numkane on the screen. He does get it to him, but he is met by the pursuit and a huge defensive stand for the Muskies. And that was brought to you by Tongue and Deason. Huge series for TD, big tackle for loss, and then tracks Numkina down on the screen.
Love to see that coming out of the quarter break, Joel.
So they'll bring up 4th and 12, and the punt team on the field for Bettendorf. And we saw Becaris punt a few weeks ago, and he has a big leg. Literally and figuratively, as he is a 6'6", 235-pound tight end.
See how he kicks the cold rock tonight.
Goes rugby. And that's going to roll. And Diego Rangel just gets out of the way wisely. And that'll be down just shy of the 10-yard line. Good punt there for Becaris. I thought for a moment, Ben, he was going to maybe just run it. But it was 3rd and 11, and that would have been a mistake.
Well, it depends what you got in front of you. I mean, you're in the field position where even if you turn it over there, it's not the end of the world. I don't know what kind of speed he's got, but probably wisely decided to punt it and got a heck of a punt out of it.
So Eli Gay and Mentor Cooper now in the backfield for the Muskies. They give it to Mentor, who he spins out of a tackle. for no gain. Bringing it 2nd and 10. Muscatine really having some issues on first down and getting into a manageable, 2nd and 3rd down distance here, Ben.
Yeah, they're just not getting those holes open. And again, like I talked about, the field's kind of compressed for them, so you're putting a lot of pressure on that offensive line. And those linebackers are really running free coming up right now.
Gay's going to keep it, and he's got the edge. He's able to turn the corner, and he's going to have the first down. Good run for the quarterback, Eli Gay.
Nice job by Eli there. Got a good seal on the edge. That allowed him to get outside, and once he's outside, it's hard to stop that guy without giving up some yardage.
We've talked about the success on the ground for the Muskies this year, and the wide receivers have been a huge part of that. Fantastic blocking on the edge all year. Bad snap caught by Gay, but that's just going to put him behind the sticks and a big loss of a few yards on first down.
Well, I want you to watch the Bettendorf linebackers here. Linebackers were always going to say, hey, I want you to take a step forward, mirror that running back step up, and read. That's a read step. So as you're stepping forward, you're reading, is it pass, is it run? You watch these guys, and hopefully they won't make a liar out of me. But they're running straight away. There's no read step here. They're coming right now forward and reading as they fly forward.
It's 2nd and 13 now for the Muskies. Gay puts Raker in motion. High snap. Gay's going to keep it. And he bounces around, trying to do a Bugs Bunny. And
Clinton special there.
6:45 to go here. And our friends at Fairway. Zach Gardner waits the snap. He gives that to Dunn, who bends it back to the left side. And Nolan and Recker and Peterson and TD all right there.
Nice job by the Muskie defense to swarm in there.
So 2nd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. They signal in the plays here from the Bettendorf sideline. So Dunn and Garter in the backfield. Numkina in the slot to the top of your screen. Dunn goes in motion. He was looking for Ripple on the right-hand side of this formation. And
he was not open. That was a nice job by the Muskies there. You're playing that zone defense, that zone coverage. You still need to pick up the guys when they come into your zone. You don't just stay in a spot. Nice job by the Muskies there, adjusting to the guys that entered their zone. And incomplete pass was probably the best scenario for the Bulldogs there.
And Dalby did a nice job in coverage. It looked like he was the man underneath. So 3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. 5:47 to go here in the first half. Garton puts Cole in motion. Almost intercepted. The Muskies getting active in the pass lanes. It's like Diego Rangel with the tip.
Kind of surprised he didn't dump the ball to Ryan Cole there. He came out, he motioned out, and then kind of ran a little bit of the gentle swing pass outside, and he had quite a bit of space.
So that'll be 4th and 7. As Becaris comes on again to try to pin Muscatine deep. Diego Rangel back deep for Muscatine. Low snap, bad snap. And Becaris tries to do something with it, but is tackled by Reed Olsis and Tim Nimley. So a big break for the Muskies there.
That's huge, absolutely.
It's about a 40-yard field position break there.
Yeah, that's a great stand by the Muskie defense to put him in that punt position. Bad snap comes up, and the defense was able to take advantage of that and get the tackle for the loss. Really turns into, as we talked about earlier, basically just like a de facto block punt. But now we need the offense to go.
The offense take the field. Here in the first half. Gay's going to fake the handoff. And the Bettendorf defense not confused at all.
Well, I think they had plenty of guys on the left side, and then still plenty of guys on the right side.
Jeffrey Spear holding his ground and making the tackle. Number 47. Brings up 2nd and 12. Xander Morgan, Nolan Recker, Prince Wee, and Mason Beatty are the receivers. So it'll be 3rd and 12. Prince Wee, it's complete, but it's going to be short of the first down. But we're over the 50-yard of the Muskies, and we're in Bettendorf territory. So we'll bring up 4th and 8 as the Muskies look to maybe see the quick kick again here.
Feels like it. They brought the guy in motion last time.
Yeah, it does look like they are going to quick kick. Bettendorf quickly adjusts and puts a man deep. And they are going to rough him. And that's a perfect kick out of bounds, I think.
No, I got the touchback, but still.
Is that a running into or a roughing is the question.
Your guess is as good as mine, Joel.
I'm going to say, if I had to guess, they're going to call it running just because it never seems to go the way I think it should go. And we got coaches calling out yardage because I think he was back far enough to be considered a punter.
Absolutely.
They call it running into the kicker, so that's only a 5-yard penalty.
But Muscatine's going to have to figure out something here because.
But they've spotted it at the 2-yard line.
It looked to me that he made the touchback signal.
Yeah,
now, obviously, if they're saying that ball's at the 2, you're
I think
he's
I think spotted this at the 2-yard line. Okay. So Muscatine has declined it. I'm wondering if he was just trying to get the whistle in his mouth while he was waving to stop the clock, which would be which would be a touchback signal. But they've definitely spotted the ball at the 2, so a fantastic punt by Eli Gay.
That being said, Muscatine special team is going to figure out that quick kick a little bit. When they bring that guy in motion towards the top of the screen there, you're going to see Bettendorf's going to bring that outside linebacker or safety right off the edge, and that's the guy who put the pressure on and really almost got the block. Didn't get the block, ended up getting the running into the kicker. They're going to have to kind of figure that out. That's the problem with motioning that guy across.
So the Muskies, with an outstanding opportunity on defense to keep Bettendorf pinned back deep as Zach Garton comes up under center.
See if they bring some pressure here.
They're going to give a little toss outside to Cole, who's going to get a couple yards, but a nice job from the pursuit from the Muscatine linebackers.
Yeah, very nice.
I think Reed Olsis was the first man in.
Yep. Recker was there too.
So they'll make it 2nd and 7, a 3-yard gain on first down. Brings it out to the Bettendorf 6-yard line.
Back into shotgun formation here.
Cole in the backfield with Garton. He's looking back to pass. He throws, going outside again to Ripple, but he's wide left, and they'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Just a little sticks route there, and Garton off target. 3:30 to play.
Yeah, they can certainly go conservative here and run the ball. I might not be surprised to see him try to motion that back out of the backfield again and see if they can get that quick pass out to him and let him try to create something. Like to get off their own goal line, that's for sure.
Sprint out here from Garton. He throws it short to Ripple. He's going to be close to the first down.
It's too much space.
So that will be a first down then for the Bulldogs.
You know, he's running that route at 8 to 9 yards there because he basically caught it and had the first down. You got to have whoever your flat player has got to be able to. It's got to get out there and cover him up. You know, if they run that 3 levels where you got a guy going vertical and a guy running 10 to 12 yard out and a guy running swing route, you won't cover the swing. But when he gets that 8 to 9 yard marker, somebody's got to step up into him.
Zach Garton at quarterback with Cole in the backfield. Garton back to pass, looking in the seam to Becaris, and he's got him. And that'll be another first down.
It was a nice call there by Coach Hawkins to bring the pressure, which got close, but they just have got to figure out how to get that seam route shut down.
The 6'6" tight end, big target, was taken down by George Ocampo and David Dolby. So we're under 2:40 to play here in the first half. And a drive that started out at the Bettendorf 3, it's now at the Bettendorf 35-yard line. Cole goes in motion. They swing it out to Cole.
That's a hold.
And Cole's going to cut it back against the grain. And now he is taken down. I agree with you, Ben. I thought Diego Rangel got held out there by the wide receiver.
Not a lot he can do there.
2nd and 3 now for the Bulldogs. Riots and Rebels Salon bringing you Muskie football this playoff season, along with Redberry Cafe and Arnold Motor Supply. Christmas right around the corner. Make sure you hit up Harper's Cycling and Fitness for the cyclists in your family. 2nd and 3 to go here in the first half for Bettendorf, who gives it to Cole. He'll have the first down. David Wanty and George Ocampo bring him to the ground. Or excuse me, that was Diego Rangel who brings him to the ground. Now Bettendorf will call their first timeout.
Nice run there, and it's a little bit of, to harken back to what you said at the pregame, Joel. You know, when you've got this nice turf field, you can, even on a real cold night like this, you can get your foot in the ground and make those cuts. You can see that right there. We made some really nice sharp cuts. We just plant that foot, explode off of it, change direction, making it tough on the defenders to get him down.
We're a minute 34 away from halftime here as it's 1st and 10 for Bettendorf. Halftime brought to you by Nathan Mather for County Supervisor.
Really, right now we're looking at a one-play game so far.
Really?
A little breakdown on the coverage, little missed tackle. Kid runs it in for a nice long touchdown for Bettendorf, and that is the difference in this ball game.
And this is the type of coming out of a timeout here. You're in plus territory for Bettendorf. This is where you see maybe a shot or a trick play every once in a while. I've seen coaches call reverse passes, things like that out of timeouts like this close to the end of the half.
Yeah, you could. I mean, they've got enough time. You also haven't done that great on 2nd and 3rd and long, so you might just try to run something a little more conservative here and see what you've got. I mean, right now the route down the seam to your big 6'6" kid has really been working. We haven't seen them really go back to Nimcana on the screen, and I think that's they had something a little bit earlier in the game with that. Pretty safe play. We'll see if they go there. But they're lining up like those receivers. Whenever they start tightening their gloves, they look like they want to go out for a pass here, Joel.
So 1st and 10 from the Muskie 46-yard line.
There it is.
Carter
vertical.
Bell swings out. He's going to have Ripple on the short hitch route, but he's going to get out of bounds, which stops the clock. He's much more comfortable rolling to his right than he is rolling to his left.
Well, I mean, everybody is if you're right-handed.
True.
I'll tell you, it is not easy to go to that left, especially when you're running for your life and you're in the heat. I mean, it's one thing to jog out there on Thanksgiving and throw the ball to your 12-year-old nephew. It's another when guys your size or bigger are trying to chase you down and you're going full speed.
And you have shoulder pads and the helmet and all that on. If only it were as easy as 7-on-7. Cole swings, it gets the swing.
Nice tackle.
That was Prince Wee coming from his corner position and making the tackle.
Got a little bit of an assist from the Bettendorf guy there.
Another timeout for Bettendorf. It's going to be 2nd and 5, excuse me. A minute 22 now.
And like I said, whenever you come out of a timeout or a stoppage and every single receiver is adjusting their gloves,
it's usually a pretty good tell.
Start backpedaling.
I always liked taking a shot here, right from the 30-yard line. And I like that since you've got a timeout, so they tackle you in the middle of the field. The pipe route or the post, the skinny post, like what Austin Barter ran on the touchdown, that's something that I know in my time at Wilton I'd be putting in the Lance Peterson's ear, who was calling plays, saying let's go back to that. So I'd be curious to see with the big target like Becaris if Bettendorf comes to that.
Well, 2nd and 5, I think everything's open. I mean, you can run the ball here. You've got that timeout. They probably won't do that. You can throw into the boundary. Run the sprint out's been good for them. I still think they got something with the rocket screen, and I see they're setting up trips here.
The Halltree Boutique in Muscatine Lawn and Power bringing you Muskie football. As Garton brings the Bettendorf offense back onto the field, Cole goes in motion. They're bringing Nimkina back in the reverse. And David Wanty stays home, and a huge tackle for loss from the junior running back or junior linebacker.
Boy, I tell you what, I know it's easy to sit here and armchair quarterback that stuff, but I don't understand the reverse in that situation. Your defense is going to be playing loose on you anyway because they're expecting trick plays, they're expecting vertical routes. So you're going to have, I mean, even if you don't get tackled, sure, I mean,
right.
For the loss, you're probably not gaining much yardage on the backside because everybody's sitting in a real soft zone. Surprising call. But again, it's easy to say that after it doesn't work, right?
Sure.
If it goes for a touchdown, I'm probably saying, oh my God, that's a perfect time for the reverse. No, I wouldn't.
3rd and 16 now, and the clock is running. We're under 40 seconds here to go in the first half. Garton back to pass. He's trying to take a shot deep. The pressure's getting to him. It's well covered downfield. He's just going to tuck it, and he's going to gain about 3 or 4 yards, but he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, but that will bring up 4th down now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, interesting. You almost think his coaches would have preferred him to go down there.
To keep the clock running, make Muscatine maybe call a timeout. But that'll stop the clock. Bakaris is on the punt. Now, the last punt was an adventure. It was a low snap. It was a bad snap on the first punt, too.
I'll tell you what, right now, I wouldn't even have a guy back deep. I'd be playing this for the fake.
It's 4th and 11. 28.7 seconds to go.
I don't think they'll fake, to be honest. It's just that's the one thing that kills you here if they do.
And Bakaris gets the kickoff, and it's going to roll into the end zone. So a touchback with 21.9 seconds to play as the Muskies offense will come out with the ball at the 20. And I would anticipate maybe just a knee here going 1 score down.
Well, you've got 3 timeouts. I mean, you might run a running play and see if you can break something loose, something somewhat conservative. Maybe you run your zone read, but you just tell the quarterback, listen, just hand the ball. Or just keep it, right? Just keep it and run, see what you got.
Halftime brought to you by Nathan Mather for Supervisor right around the corner as Eli Gay gives it to Mentor Cooper, who's going to get a short gain as the clock begins to run. We're under 10 seconds to go as Muscatine will be satisfied with that.
Well, yeah, you didn't get anything there. Don't give Bettendorf any ideas.
Right.
Let this thing tick down and take it into the half.
As they will go to half. That's the end of the first half here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the halftime show presented by Nathan Mather for Supervisor.
I'm Nathan Mather. As an attorney, my number one priority is to listen to my clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move forward is if your elected officials actually listen to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on working for you because leadership and experience matter. I'm Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
I'm Nathan Mather. As an attorney, my number one priority is to listen to my clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move forward is if your elected officials actually listen to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on working for you because leadership and experience matter. I'm Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
And we're back at Tuvel Stadium in Bettendorf, Iowa on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar and Ben Nitzel with you here. Muscatine trailing Bettendorf 7-0. And Ben, really, the Muskies able to avoid some real catastrophe at the early onset of the game with a high snap on a punt that Xander Morgan had to go to one knee and gave the ball to Bettendorf inside their own 30-yard line. But on the subsequent play, Bettendorf fumbles it, gives it back to Muscatine. They exchange some punts, and then Bettendorf able to get a 60-yard touchdown pass to Austin Barta. But other than that, really, it's been two defenses really balling out and playing pretty well tonight.
Yeah, really just back and forth and back and forth. You know, eerily similar to the first meeting between these two teams without some of the special teams gaff. And credit the Muskies, they were still having a little bit of issues on the punting, and were able to kind of go to some of those quick kick situations. And, you know, defenses, like you said, come up really big for both teams. And doesn't make for maybe the most exciting plays all the time, but really great to see how well these guys are doing out there, you know, making plays, being in the right spots, and making tackles.
And we're kind of seeing on the Muscatine offensive side, they're kind of in still this like surgery mode where they're trying to poke at where that weakness is of Bettendorf, and they've just not really been able to find it and get any big chunk yardage plays yet.
No, and you know, again, as we kind of hammered to death there in the first half, Bettendorf is just really kind of pinning their ears back and running and coming up hard on defense and saying, hey, listen, we're going to give you the throw. And, you know, we threw the ball one time in the first half and got a completion, but not for much, for maybe 3 or 4 yards. And so, you know, that's good coaching. They know that we're very run heavy at this point with what we've got out there. And so it's talented run heavy, but it's still run heavy. And when you can put 9, 10, 11 guys that you've got to block, you just run out of bodies.
Some other scores around the area. Tipton leading Mid-Prairie 12-0. Big shout out to our friend Jason Wester, the superintendent at Tipton Schools. Bettendorf leading Muscatine 7-0. Cedar Rapids Prairie up on Davenport North 13-0 at halftime. First kind of full slate of playoff games in the state of Iowa. All the 4A schools are playing tonight throughout the state. It's been an interesting adventure here as Brick House by this random group of assortment students from Bettendorf in Halloween costumes around the field. I don't know that you can officially have your band on the field, so that's why we're saying a random assortment. But with the 4A, we don't know where you're going to play tomorrow if you win. It could be an Eastern Iowa team has to travel to a Waukee or a Des Moines suburb for that second round in this unprecedented year. But you got to take care of business first on this night as the Muskies trail Bettendorf 7-0. We're going to take another quick break here on the Nathan Mather for Supervisor halftime show on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductible.
I'm Nate.
And we're back at Tuvell Stadium. It's playoff football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Halftime show presented by Nathan Mather. For Supervisor Joel Krausar, Ben Nitzel with you on the call. That first half, as Muscatine trails 7-0. Muscatine, 23 carries for 31 yards rushing, 2 pass attempts and 2 completions for 4 yards for 35 total yards of offense for the Muskies. Bettendorf, 49 yards rushing, 126 yards passing, and 175 total yards. They do have the one fumble, which is the lone turnover of the night. Muscatine's offense, if they can just get anything going, they're right here in this ball game, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, this is, where you want to be. You're on the road. You're playing the higher seed. You're down by a touchdown. Going into halftime, a chance to make some adjustments. Obviously would like to get a little bit more offense for sure. That's going to have to happen here one way or another. But if they can get that going, defense is playing really, really well. And this is a team that can be beat.
Halloween right around the corner. The Bettendorf band in Halloween costumes. Ben, Halloween, a big day for you. Also your birthday. And so in honor of your birthday and Halloween being next Saturday, let's talk Halloween candy. And let's rank Halloween candy. I'm going to give you some options here, and you tell me which would win in a tournament-style bracket.
Right off the cuff. Here we go.
Yes, we've got a 1 seed here. The 1 seed being the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and the 8 seed being the Bit O' Honey.
There's no way Bit O' Honey's an 8 seed. Get out of here.
It's 8 total seeds.
Well, okay. Did you pick the Bit O' Honey as one of your 8 candies? It's no contest.
I just knew I dreaded getting one of those in the bowl.
I don't think anyone's bought a Bit O' Honey since my grandmother died in 2009, so Bit O' Honey's out.
All right, the 2-6 matchup is
2-7.
2-7 matchup. Yeah, it's got to equal 9. The 2-7 matchup is Dots, the 2 seed, against 7, the controversial but ever popular Almond Joy.
Oh, I'm Almond Joy for sure. That's an upset. It's like Iowa State and Richmond. I don't enjoy Dots. I'm a grown man. I don't need all that stuff sticking in my teeth. Get rid of that. Let's go Almond Joy. Get that nut in there. Thank God you didn't say Mounds.
That's actually – so this is my seating. So Dots is my favorite candy. So
wow.
You and I we can share. Like if we get candy, you can send me your Dots. I'll send you my Almond Joy.
I don't know where we're going to get candy together, but fine. It's fine.
The 3-6 matchup is Mounds was my 6 seed, and my 3 seed was Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. This is one of the worst candy rankings ever, but Twizzlers for sure.
And then the ever flip shot 4-5 seeds. You've got the what's the Whoppers, the malted milk balls.
Yeah, Whoppers
as 4, and then Smarties as 5.
Oh, good. Smarties because it's like a fruit, isn't it? I mean, they're fruit flavored. I consider that a fruit.
Okay, so that's that first round. I'm not keeping track. We're not going to keep going and bore the audience with the
people have already turned it off because you didn't even mention Kit Kats or Snickers.
I was just going to ask you, what's your go-to?
Oh, Kit Kat's the best, but you got to put them in the fridge. You crisp that chocolate up a little bit, and you are good to go.
That's like the Poppin Apartments on the campus of Morningside College always had a box of Nutty Bars in the refrigerator because that's a similar Kit Kat type of opportunity.
Stop. Get out of here. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Nutty Bars and Kit Kats are not even in the same hemisphere.
Well, they're similar construction.
That's like Kmart and like Neiman Marcus. I'm getting flack from everybody else about Nutty Bars.
They're good stuff.
There's a reason they were a quarter a piece in 1987. That's because they're not that great.
Nutty Bar and the Nesbitt Cream Soda.
Nesbitt Cream Soda. What a terrible childhood you must have had.
I had this very similar. I just rode my bike around downtown.
How about a Little Debbie?
Little Debbie's, yeah. But no one gives an oatmeal cream pie out at Halloween though. You would be the
You know
best
why?
house on the block. if
You know
did
why?
that.
Because they're really good. That's why they're giving you those nutty bars, because they don't want them. They've been sitting there for a year and a half because Mom accidentally bought them. Now they're trying to get rid of them.
But aren't they the same manufacturer? A big shout out to our Director of Communications and Community Relations for the Muscatine Community School District, Anthony Tony Tone Lokinsole. He's weighing in on the text line. Snickers, the best, no question, or individual Rolos. That's a. Where are you at on the Rolo?
I love the Rolo. Individual Rolos are a lot of work. They're a lot of work for the little bit of
But
Rolo.
all Rolos are individual Rolos because even if you get the big roll of them, they're individually wrapped.
The Snickers pick is a little bit. I mean, could Tony be any more boring with the Snickers pick? It's
Well,
unbelievable. Just mailing it in right now.
That's Duke to Charlotte in the first round
Great
of the NCAA
commercials.
basketball.
It's great commercials, but beyond that, I'll tell you what does not get enough love is the Ding Dong.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a post-soccer game treat.
I introduced. I had a friend of mine, Irish priest, was in the country this summer. Introduced him to the Ding Dong. A big fan, as you would be.
The worst, though. Are we going popcorn ball is the worst?
Oh, stop it! Really?
Are you pro popcorn ball?
It depends who made it. I don't know if you ever had one from Ozzy Osbourne, not the biting
No,
the bad
yeah, I
head
know,
guy,
I know.
but the Muscatine legend Ozzy Osbourne. They made fresh popcorn balls that were unbelievable.
I never participated. We had a lady in my neighborhood who gave out dimes. That was one singular dime. You got 10 cents. And then there were some people who would give out bags of pennies too. I'm understanding. So.
Well, knowing your neighborhood, that's real cheap on her part to give the dime because I can guess what her property taxes were. And
well, no, that was
that was
Imperial
Oaks.
Yeah,
okay,
that was the
fair
neighborhood.
enough.
I was trying to not name, but we break to some of our fine sponsors. It is the Nathan Mather for Supervisor half here at Bettendorf's Tuvel Stadium as the Muskies will kick off.
I'm Nathan Mather. Clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. Your elected hard to keep on. Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductible.
I'm Nathan Mather.
Welcome back to Muskie football here at Tuvel Stadium. We're getting ready to kick off the second half of playoff football as the Muscatine Muskies trail Bettendorf 7-0. Ben Nitzel, Joel Kraus are on the call here. You know, we were talking a little bit about candy and the Nesbitt cream soda. I used to get that at one of our fine broadcast sponsors, Western Drug. I ride my bike down there on 2nd Street and get the blue bottle of deliciousness as the Muskies looking to get off maybe a as they will kick off to Bettendorf to begin the second half.
Yeah, a little late coming out of the locker room there. I don't know if Coach was getting them coached up, but it was. This is going to be a big initial possession now. Muscatine's going to have to kick this ball down to Bettendorf. If you can get a good stop, get the ball back, maybe get your offense going. but definitely want to try to lock them down here to start.
It's the potentially last half of football for either one of these teams. So there's no reason to not let everything out on the field.
Well, we talked about it last week at the DeWitt game, or not DeWitt, Durant. Sorry, you've got some kids who are out here playing their last half of football of their career. So a lot on the line, a lot to play for. Special night in a lot of ways, hard night in a lot of ways for some of these kids for sure. We hope it's not the last one for the Muskies. Going to have to get something going on the offense. Got to keep that defense playing at a high level. We'll see what Coach Hawkins has in store for us here.
So we're under 50 seconds away from the opening kickoff of the second half, or the warm-up period for the second half. This has been the Halftime Show presented by Nathan Mather. For Supervisor, some of our other fine broadcast sponsors: River Rehab Physical Therapy, Pearl City Construction, Pearl City Motors, Hy-Vee Stores of Muscatine, Flowers on the Avenue, Dairy Queen of Muscatine, Affordable Metal Manufacturing, Vision Center PC, IowaPropertyInspection.com, Fairway, Arnold Motor Supply, Riots and Rebels Salon, Red Berry Cafe, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, The Halltree Boutique, Muscatine Lawn and Power, and the Family Eye Center. A huge thank you to all of those businesses, local businesses who are bringing you Muskie football, playoff football tonight. We will have our play of the game presented by Rivo Plumbing and Heating. We don't have a good shot of the fans, I think, tonight with the it's cold. There are quite a few students over there in the pink, though. And that Healthy Smiles Family Dentistry bringing you the fan cam all season long. And we'll have our Bear of Muscatine Offensive Player of the Game and our Eastern Iowa Community College's Defensive Player of the Game. And we hope to Bank of Muscatine Red Zone a bunch of times here this pair to kick off.
Well, weird. Just not as many fans can't be here. They're limited number of tickets. Great job of,
As Prince Wee kicks it. Right side, and he's going to get that was Mason Beatty who did a nice job to try to regain the edge. That shoulder pad to make sure he couldn't do it.
Yeah, nice and fortuitous for the Muskies too. That pop-up kick, they didn't quite surprise Bettendorf. They were able to catch it and run, and probably maybe even a hold that didn't have to occur. Certainly a hold, but maybe one they didn't even have to do. And a little break for the Muskies. That's all right. Like those.
Lots of conversation here, though, so I'm not 100% sure. Always makes you nervous when they talk this much. They're calling a face mask on the Muskies.
What?
So they didn't see the hold that was right there in front of them.
That is a shocker.
And so that's going to get tacked on to the end of the run. So that is a giant penalty that goes against the Muskies.
Wow. Are we allowed to say it's a terrible call? I don't know. Can we say that? We can't say that? We can?
I don't know that we have to rule since we just
I don't want to say it's a terrible call if I'm not allowed to. If I'm not allowed to say that, I won't say that it was a horrible call.
I'll go by standards. We'll talk about it after the game. 11:51 to play. This is the first offensive series in deep in Muscatine territory for their own 25-yard line. They give us to Cole up the middle.
Little kick-out block by the Bettendorf.
And now Cole is going to go ahead and score on the first play of the second half. And that is about as unfortunate of a start as the Muskies could ask for on the first for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, just a rough two-play series there. Bettendorf brought the motion across, used the motion back to kick out. That created the hole. Cole came up through, nice little poop move there on the turf and got into the end zone. Obviously, great field position to start after the non-call.
So Pelzer on to kick the extra point. And it's good. So Bettendorf will take a 14-0 lead. 11:43 to go here in the first half. Let's keep it right here. So the whole halftime conversation, you're talking about making the defensive stop most likely, getting the ball back, getting down to scoring. That didn't happen. The exact opposite happened. Now you have to just, what's the message now? Like, how do you just bounce back and recover? I mean, this is where keeping that mentality kind of neutral, not too high and too low, is important.
Yeah, I mean, the message in that huddle right now is offense, it's your turn to pick us up, right? You've got to do something here. You got a lot of seniors on that offensive side of the ball. You've got to get going. You've got to start getting some holes opened up. You've got to start getting some guys running the ball as hard as they can, getting downfield, getting north-south. It's a game of halves, and defense answered the call in the first half. Offense has got to help you out of a hole here. And again, defense, it takes the wind out of your sails when all of a sudden they're starting with the ball on the 20, and a lot of game left to play here. But again, I think that's the message. Offense, you got to get going.
So the Muskies will receive this kick. It's 11:43 to go here in the third quarter, just beginning of the second half. Bettendorf returned the opening kickoff to their own 40-yard line, but a 15-yard penalty gifted the ball up to the 25. And the kick is going to be short, and that's going to be taken by David Wanty, who gets up over the 25-yard line.
And the junior maybe not looked like the most dangerous back there, but has been very consistent all year. Nice job fielding the ball cleanly, been very good with possession, always doing a good job of getting up and down, north and south, getting that 6-7 yards, and just making sure that he's getting some positive momentum for the team.
And he will get many carries in his future. He started out the season against North Scott playing some running back, and while Nimley was injured. And now Eli Gay and Nimley are in the backfield for the Muskies. 1st and 10. The give is to Nimley, who is trying to push the pile forward. His forward momentum will be stopped for a short gain.
Now that, I think, is going to be a 15-yarder against Bettendorf. We'll see.
Did they take him to the ground? I was kind of caught up in the scrum.
It was a maul, but then they collapsed the maul. Yet a guy, it looked like a guy jumped in late. Now, that was my assumption on what the foul would be on him. Maybe something got said, too. You never know.
Yep, so they did call it. So that is a personal foul against the Bulldogs. And I believe that's their first accepted penalty. Or no, they've had some holding calls, but that's the first defensive penalty of the night against Bettendorf. And a huge one. 15 yards, puts Muscatine just outside the 50 from their own 43-yard line. Again, Muscatine with only 35 yards of total offense in the first half. Eli Gay on the quarterback sweep. And Hill just running downhill and making the tackle.
Well, and to be fair, I think we got to be careful there on that side motion by Wrecker. He's coming forward a little bit there. But again, you watch those linebackers here on the snap, and they're just sprinting forward. They're just coming flying in.
And the senior quarterback, Jake Draves, checking into the ball game for the first time. Now, Jake also plays wide receiver, so he is splitting out to the left.
Maybe setting things up for a play in advance.
And they give it to Draves, who is no fooling, and he is sacked for a big loss as they were setting up the wide receiver pass.
Yeah, it looked like Diego Cortez got in there for the Bulldogs and was not fooled. And really he was just pursuing from the outside in. He kind of followed Draves through, and he had the ball.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 19.
Now it looks like we got Draves in a little bit more of a conventional drop back and see what we can get here.
And that will move Eli Gay out to the slot receiver, where he was a third-team All-State player as a sophomore. So Draves is sacked. That one again, Cortez able to get in. So Jake Draves, welcome back to the game. A couple sacks there to get your to get everything rolling for you. Again, Draves broke his collarbone in Game 2 against Clear Creek Amana. Had surgery, and this is his first game back.
Well, he's a great kid. It's awesome to see him back out on the field. I know he would have liked his first 2 snaps to go a little better, but just great to see him come back and be out there.
Xander Morgan back to punt. He gets the kickoff. And he's going to get a big Muskie roll. Fantastic punt by Xander Morgan.
Very cool under pressure there. There was a lot of heat coming on him, and he just kept his cool and got rid of it.
Done a nice job all year at that position.
Yeah, he really has.
So that ball will be down at the 20-yard line with 9:13 to go. Bettendorf will take over after the big 25-yard touchdown run by Cole on the first offensive play of the second half. Been the story of two big plays for Bettendorf, a 25-yard touchdown run by Cole and a 60-yard touchdown. We have a flag on the play here. Way behind the play.
Was it inadvertent? Did it just fall out?
No, he signaled something to the official, to the press box, and I just missed it. So I'm trying to see what they're calling here. See how many yards they mark off. I didn't see what the signal was. Again, I apologize, folks. We didn't see the signal. It wasn't a very clear.
I'm not sure they know yet. A lot of confusion down there.
So we're waiting to see what the yardage marked off is. And it's a 15-yard penalty, so they must have seen some sort of unsportsmanlike or personal foul back behind the ball. They called a personal foul against the Muskies. I just didn't see it, folks. I apologize for that. 9:13 to go here in the third quarter. After a fantastic punt by Xander Morgan, the penalty gives Bettendorf a much more favorable field position. And now the Muscatine coaching staff wanting an explanation. As the Muskie defense looking to turn the tide here, they were able to force a fumble in the first half. $9:13 to go. Muscatine Muskie football brought to you by Dairy Queen of Muscatine, Affordable Metal Manufacturing, and Fairway. Cedar Rapids Prairie leading Davenport North 20-0 as per Matt Koss with the Quad City Times. There's a high pass caught by Numke, who did lose control of it out of bounds.
Yeah, sailed right through his hands.
But they are going to consider that a catch. So,
so
they're going to gain about a yard. Every other level of football, that's going to get reviewed and overturned. But at the high school, that is going to be 2nd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. 9:08 to play. Again, if you're watching, you can go to the Iowa High School Athletic Association and sign up for their officiating class. There's a huge need for officials in the state of Iowa. As Garton, play action to Cole, he swings it out to Numkenin, who is tackled by Prince Wee.
Nice play by Prince out there.
And that will make it 3rd and 4 and a half. As the Muskie defense looking to hold the Bulldogs here as they're down 2 scores.
Trips down to the bottom of the screen here. Looks like unbalanced. They got a tight end down here as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, but he is covered up.
Yeah, he has to be.
So Cole, he's backwards on the swing pass, and Cole gets upfield. He's going to have the first down. He is a nice back. He's really good at catching out of the backfield, and he's very decisive.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of a guy who played with Brian George, who was very good at getting out of the backfield, catching that ball, and going hard for the yardage you get. And they've had a lot of success with that swing pass. They've just been able to kind of leak him out of the backfield, and whenever they wanted it, they've been able to throw that ball and get some yardage.
As the Muskies trail 14-0 with 8:20 to go here in the third quarter. Bettendorf gets over midfield. Garton gives it to Cole now. And Cole's brought down.
Well, and that's just on your linebackers there, Joel. They've got to step up, make that read, and if they've got a block, they got to fight off that block. But anytime that goes up the guts like that your inside linebackers have got to be able to make that play.
Diego Rangel with the tackle there. Now the left guard for Bettendorf, I've been watching him the last couple of plays. That's Griffin Little. And he's going to play that position, I believe, for a long time in the Big Ten. He's an outstanding interior offensive lineman, doing a nice job. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. The give is to Cole. Runs through an arm tackle.
Well, I don't know if we've seen senior
Yeah, Tim Nimley is time at the linebacker position, but it's second and 4. Nimkana and he's going to have the first down.
Jet motion, and then you've got the defense doesn't know. So you either give the ball to the guy running the jet who's flying outside, or you do there, the quarterback pulls the ball, keeps it, and runs to the opposite side of the line.
So the Muskies defense looking to hold Bettendorf. 6:50 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Bulldogs.
They're all the way up to the 15.
Garten and Coley. I was looking at Garten at the standing at the 20. The give is to Numkana on the jet sweep. Tries to cut it back, but the Muskie defense, and there's TD screaming down the line. Numkana's got to maybe think about not dancing so much with that pursuit coming.
Well, and huge credit there to, I believe it was, was that Recker? I think it was Recker out there. He didn't make the play, but he's the one that elongated, stretched that play out, and that allowed the other Muskies to rally up and make the tackle.
So make it 2nd and 8 with 6 minutes to go from the Muskie 13-yard line.
Muskies look like they're in man-to-man coverage here.
Cole goes in motion. Garten sprints out right.
That's a hold.
And it's intercepted. Intercepted by George Ocampo for the
nice
touchback.
Job by George, just what the Muskies needed. Huge play by George.
And George has done a fantastic job all season. Did a great job reading that play and picking it off for the turnover and the touchback.
Well, it looked at me again like that right tackle was, as he was sprinting out, our outside contain was trying to get out there and control that quarterback, and that right tackle was all over him like a cheap suit.
So the Muskies force the turnover, keep points off the board, and give the offense a chance here to get after it again. 5:42 to go in the third quarter. The give is to Nimley, who breaks a few tackles in the backfield. And he'll be tackled for a loss. So that'll make it 2nd and 11 for the Muskies. But George, you go back and look at that play. He did that just like you draw it up. He stayed in the back hip and undercut the route right when he saw the ball.
Yeah, tremendous individual effort by George there.
Recker in motion. Gay gives it to Nimley, who's got a seam and a big gain on second down there, making it a much more manageable third down opportunity for the Muskie offense.
Nice little design there. Motion the back down to the left side of the line, and then on the snap he cuts back and then becomes the lead blocker to pop that unsuspecting defensive tackle out, and you got a little hole for Tim.
Recker in motion.
Come back to it.
Gives it to Tim, who cuts back, and he's going to be short by about 2 yards, it looks like. So 4th and 2 now for the Muskies in Bettendorf territory.
Yeah, I liked it once. Twice I might have waited a little bit there. They just kind of sniffed out what was going on. And let's give some credit, too. That's a big athletic front for Bettendorf. This is not a small group of guys up there. We've got a very nice offensive line for Muscatine. They've got their hands full with some really good Bettendorf players.
So Xander Morgan on the punt for the Muskies. And Muscatine ran a guy on late, so So they're going to, I think, make us punt that again. Some breaking news for teams around the area. Durant taking the lead against Dyersville-Beckman, 14-10 on a 48-yard touchdown run by Nolan DeLong, whom we saw last week.
Yeah, we know that guy can run.
So we've got an illegal participation, false start, offsides, whatever you want to call it, against the Muskies. And I believe that should have been a dead ball penalty. So Muscatine will have to re-kick this. So that will be a re-kick. Although they didn't take any yardage off, Ben.
I'm baffled, Joel. I don't know. Sure.
Okay, so now the umpire's in position here.
Okay.
So Xander Morgan back on to punt for the Muskies. McKenna back deep for the Bulldogs. Morgan gets it off the side of his foot.
Yeah, it's a tough one for him. He's done such a great job all night, and that one he just kind of slid to the side of the shoe, and not good.
So that will give Bettendorf the ball at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. Giving the Bulldogs good field position again. With 3:41 to play in the third quarter, Bettendorf leads 14-0. Muskie defense just had a takeaway with the George Ocampo interception in the end zone.
Could use another one.
That's 2 takeaways for the defense for the Muskies. They give it to Cole. Makes a jump cut. And he's able to break a few tackles.
Good pursuit by Muscatine. Obviously, our individual tackling left a little bit to be desired there, but the fact that guys were running fast to the ball allowed more guys to get onto him after he broke that tackle.
Cole been the workhorse back so far in the second half. We did see a lot of Jerry Dunn in the first half as well for the Bulldogs.
Well, Muscatine is just a touch shy here, just a little bit behind. They just got to get a little something going. One touchdown in this game is a whole different feeling right now, I'll tell you that.
Give us to Cole. And
Nice
he's met
play.
right there in the hole. Nick Peterson and Tim Nimley.
Well, and credit to Tim Nimley, too. Nick obviously made a great play, great tackle. You saw that. But what Tim did is he stayed in his hip pocket there. He's sliding with the runner. Runner had no ability to cut back, and that forced him into Peterson, who then made the big tackle, and Tim cleaned him up. So that's great linebacker play there.
3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs. 2:30 to play here in the third quarter.
This is a big play. This is a real big play here.
Outside of field goal range, we think, especially with the wind. Cole in motion. They swing it out to Cole, who's right there on the sideline, and Muscatine able to just force him out of bounds.
It looks like no gain. Maybe even just a 4. Could you have a 4-inch loss?
Yeah, maybe. So 4th down now for the Bulldogs. I think this is 4-down territory, the way their defense has been playing.
Yeah, especially at the high school level, it's difficult to coffin kick them into much more than that. This close, you have a good chance of putting it in the end zone anyway, so then it's only a 12-yard difference.
Right. So the Muskie defense looking to hold on 4th down here. They give it to Cole.
Oh, great swarm, great swarm. Come on, get him.
And Cole's able to pick his way to the 1st down.
It's a great individual effort by that kid.
Just pirouetted his way. We're at 2:06 to play here in the third quarter.
And I feel bad for Coach Hawkins there. You put your kids in the right position. You need somebody to step up and make that tackle. Should be your ball. It's not. Now all you can do is dig in and new set of downs to get another stop here and try to get that ball back.
Zach Garton and the Bettendorf Bulldogs, 1st and 10 at their Muskie 23-yard line. McKenna in motion. They give it to Cole off the fake. And Cole is wrapped up. short gain, maybe 3. Nick Peterson having a big second half right now for the Muskies. Another tackle.
Yeah, Nick's got a great engine in him. Very athletic kid. Very coachable. No surprise to me that he's doing well.
2nd and 7 now for Bettendorf. 1:20 to go in the third quarter.
Again, they've got that tight end covered up. Now they switch sides, so he's uncovered.
Numkana back in motion. They give it to Numkana on the jet sweep.
Oh, Diego Rangel, what a
down.
play.
Diego Rangel, a huge stop. So that's a big loss on 2nd down, making it 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great angle pursued by Diego. Used the sideline to his advantage and then was all over him. Great play by the senior.
The Bulldogs make a substitution. Austin Barta comes out. They bring in another wide receiver, TJ Bogan. So Cole in the backfield, Ripple out wide right. Bakaris at tight end. Numkana and Bogan to the top of the formation. Bettendorf looking for a 3rd and long here conversion.
Here comes the motion.
Garton finds Bakaris down the middle, and he's unable to secure the catch. And what would have been a surefire touchdown brings up now 4th and 10.
Yeah, big break for the Muskies there. Again, that straight line route by the big receiver has just been hurting us at those key critical moments. Luckily, he's had 2 big drops on there that really would have put a real nail in the coffin for the Muskies. Didn't happen, though. That's the key. Got to get somebody getting some hand contact on him, though, and slowing him down.
14.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's 4th down. Bettendorf did just convert on a 4th and 7. Now they're trying to convert on a 4th and 11 here inside the 25-yard line. Garton back to pass. Has Numkana right there at the 5, and he's going to reach in and score the touchdown. Numkana, fantastic play in the red zone.
Yeah, nice catch. Got to be careful on that extension there, but he was close enough to extend into the end zone and get the touchdown.
So tying in Numkana with a touchdown, and Bettendorf takes a 20-0 lead with the point after touchdown to come here. Pelzer on to kick. And the left wing was moving early on that. They're going to call it good. So that will be a good extra point. So Bettendorf takes a 21-0 lead here with 7.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. 30-second break. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
I'm Nathan Mather. As an attorney, my #1 priority is to listen to my clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move forward is if your elected officials actually listen to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on working for you because leadership and experience matter. I'm Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by with multiple master.
And we're back at Tuvel Stadium. The Muskies receiving the kick here after the Bettendorf touchdown by Tynan Numkana. Reed Olsis takes the short kick. Reed finds a seam, and there goes Reed Olsis over the 45-yard line. And that could be a spark here for the Muskie offense.
Yeah, nice little play by the senior, taking matters into his own hands there. Gets the opportunity to run the ball. Former quarterback and used to having the ball, and nice little play by him. See if it sparks something here, as you said.
So the Muskies will take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line as Eli Gay and company look to try to move the ball. Prince Wee in motion. They give it to Nimley. Nimley with a gain of 4 on first down. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with more Muskie playoff football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network after this.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
I'm Nathan Mather. As an attorney, my number one priority is to listen to my clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move forward is if your elected officials actually listen to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on working for you because leadership and experience matter. I'm Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Welcome back to Tuval Stadium on the Bettendorf High School campus as the Muskies take over here to start the fourth quarter with 2nd and 6, just shy of the 50-yard line. Prince Wee in motion. Eli Gay keeps it. Tries to fight forward and get a few yards there and make it 3rd and manageable. Again, stay tuned to our post-game show brought to you by Sinclair Tractor, where we will have our play of the game presented by Rivo Plumbing and Heating, our offensive player of the game, Bear of Muscatine, bringing you that, and our Eastern Iowa Community College defensive player of the game. Plenty of time for those spots to be earned by the Muskies. 3rd and 4. Wee in motion. They give it to Nimley. And Nimley is tackled for a short gain.
Nice little seal block there by senior Caden Roberts. Good to see him back in the lineup. Looked like we needed Tim just to bust that a little bit further outside. There might have been something, but up the guts there was not a lot.
So they'll bring 4th and 3 now. 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
I think you will see him go for this.
I agree. Gay's going to keep it on the sweep. He breaks a few tackles, and he's going to have the first down. Great individual effort.
Yeah, he was dead to rights there, and he just was too athletic for that linebacker. And, again, they've got linebackers just running free. Someone has got to pick those guys up because I know they're accounted for in our offensive plays. You don't draw up offensive plays and not account for the Mike linebacker. But he is just flying up there running free, and no one is on him.
10:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine converting the big first down into Bettendorf territory. Trying to find their way into that First National Bank of Muscatine red zone for the first time this evening. As Eli Gay and Tim Nimley, the seniors, in the backfield. High snap, bobbled snap. Eli keeps it on the busted play, and he's going to get a couple.
Yep, that was designed to go to Tim there, but nice job by Eli. The snap came in a little high. He bobbled it. He went to hand it. Tim was too far away, and instead of making something silly happen, he just pulled that ball in and got what he could get. 10
minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The Muscatine offense trying to get on the board and try to get back into this ball game. 2 big touchdowns by McKenna and Cole here in the second half for Bettendorf. So 2nd and 8. Wrecker in motion. Eli Gay on the sweep. Whew. And just erased by number 42. That's Bradley Hill, and he's had a big night.
Yeah, he took a shot there. He kind of shrugged that off a little, but he couldn't shrug off shot 2 and 3. Tell you, we're running a version of the full house offense here. I mean, we've got 3 guys in the backfield plus a quarterback.
And it brings up 3rd and 12 for the Muskies. This offense is...
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Draves come back in, Joel. I know we're going into the wind a little bit here, it looks like, but, boy, you need a bunch of points in 9 minutes.
So they give it back to Xander Morgan on the counter, and he is swallowed up for another loss. So we're under 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. That'll bring up 4th and 15. As the Muskies trying to make something happen here on the offensive side of the ball. Mason Beatty, Nolan Raker, Prince Wee, and Xander Morgan are the receivers. Eli Gay breaks a tackle. Now he's trying to make something out of nothing. And he is tackled for no gain, and that will be a turnover on downs for the Muskies. So it'll make it 1st and 10 now for Bettendorf from their own 48-yard line. We're under 8:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine Lawn and Power, the Halltree Boutique, and Harper Cycling and Fitness bringing you Muskie football.
Are we short a guy out there, Joel?
I didn't count.
I mean, maybe not. I was social studies guy, so grain of salt. Nope, looks like we got 11.
Garton and Cole in the backfield. Excuse me, that's Dunn now. Dunn tries to stretch it out. He's able to turn the corner a little bit for a gain of about 4.
Well, that's a great effort by Prince Wee, but he was the outside contain, and what he kind of did there is he got a little too far inside. He was coming inside towards that running back shoulder. He had to readjust, and that turned it into more of a soft corner. You got to press outside in when you're the outside contain. You cannot get inside the guy trying to run outside, or else you're just going to have a little bit of a struggle there.
2nd and 6 is now Bettendorf taking a few more seconds here in between plays, tempo-wise, as the Bulldogs lead 21-0. Zach Garton gives it to Dunn up the middle, and Tim Nimley showing what allowed him to get to the state tournament in wrestling there with a fine double-leg takedown on the running back.
Yeah, nice job by Tim. Trevor Barkalow did a good job occupying his man. TD took 2 guys out, and that allowed Tim to come free, and he just came up. Nice low tackle, made the play. Away we go. 7
minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
I don't really understand the knee down thing here. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
Are they really having that much trouble seeing the coach?
Conserving the energy, I think, is what it is.
It's a lot of energy to get down and up.
8 seconds to go here on the play clock.
It's great clock management there.
Garton throws. I believe that's incomplete.
Yep.
That was incomplete. Ripple unable to get his arms underneath the ball.
Skipped in there. You know, it's hard. It's stressful and hard at the high school level. You don't have as much time to practice as you do at upper levels, and to be able to get that clock down to 2-3 seconds and snap it, pretty impressive.
The addition to these stadiums throughout the state of the play clock has made that so much more manageable for these high school quarterbacks.
Yeah, I used to have a guy with a stopwatch.
And like one coach with the hand up and he'd
out.
signal, and it's
then
just
the head coach would still get too nervous. He didn't trust the guy. Interesting. Smart play here by Bettendorf. Punt this ball away. Make Muscatine move the ball, which they have not done. He might have the green light on running, too, if he likes it.
He bobbles the snap.
No run now. Oh!
Muscatine blocks it.
Stay away.
And a good job by the Muskies to be disciplined to get away.
Oh.
Maybe.
Goodness gracious. What are we doing out there?
It's not a free play at that point.
No, that was a rogue agent move, but I don't know who that was.
I think it was Diego Rangel.
Well, I wasn't going to name him, but it's probably best if we don't. But
Sorry.
What are you doing out there?
6:33 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I was going to say we needed the stop there if we were going to have any chance. We got the stop. The chance isn't huge, but you got to get something going here right now. Let's see if that senior offensive line can do anything. You got Xander Stolfus up there, Crew Schliessman, a couple seniors. Caden Roberts is still there as well. Brock Garrison.
Draves in at quarterback here. Tim Nimley back behind him. And Draves gives it to Nimley, who pushes the pile up for a short gain on first down.
And Alex Edwards is the left guard in there, too. I don't want to miss Alex.
So Eli Gay, Tim Nimley, Prince Wee, and Xander Morgan are your receiving core. And then looks like Mason Beatty out there as well.
All right, let's take the leash off here. Let's throw some stuff vertical.
2nd and 9. Draves back to pass, throws the rocket screen, and he's wide right. And that was a pass attempt to Nolan Raker. 5:55 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Nice pressure there, too. Looked like Jeffrey Spear came in, got the quarterback knocked down, which is not easy to do on a quick little rocket screen like that. 3rd and 9.
So the Muskies with 3rd and long, 5:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Flag on the play. Draves unable to shake the defender, and he's going to get sacked. I think we may have an illegal formation to boot here on the Muskies.
Yeah, great pressure from Kane Schmidt there. Just came in and
so they'll bring 4th down. Tackle. Muscatine leaving the offense on the field. In 15, 4th and 17. Field.
Yeah, I don't like that call. Here, but 5:49. I know it's a small chance, but I think he goes and gets it, or gets, somebody grabs
PI
it
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just
Xander
you're
Morgan
not going
on
to
the
win this
punt.
game punting the ball away. I'll tell you that.
Xander with a good kick. Numkina able to track it down and reverse his field now. Tynan Numkina. That'll be a face mask.
Hey, everybody threw their flag.
But they were able to get him out of bounds. Reed Olsis is going to get called for the face mask, but just doing whatever he could to try to catch up with Numkina.
Well, it's cold. Your hands are a little stiff. You just go in and you reach and just try to grab the guy. And yarder here, but it wasn't a. Just trying to grab him and get him down.
Against the Muskies. And Bettendorf will start with good field position again. Fairway Stores of Muscatine and IowaPropertyInspection.com bringing you Muskie football. River Rehab Physical Therapy at Pearl City Construction, along with Pearl City Motors and Flowers on the Avenue, proud supporters of Muskie Athletics. Vision Center PC, the Hall Tree Boutique, and Riots and Rebels Salon also bringing you Muskie football tonight.
Vision Center, big Arsenal supporters as well.
Garton gives the ball to Dunn up the middle.
Nice play by TD.
Muskie defense still battling away, trying to see if they can create some opportunities, maybe a turnover, scoop and score, pick six, anything to get this ball game sparked for the Muskies. Redberry Cafe, bringing you Muskie Athletics. Healthy Smiles Family Dentistry as well. Sponsored our Smile fan cam all year long. Garton swings it out now to Numkina, who's got the ball in the open field. Little dead leg move, trying to get to the pylon, and he is going to get there. Touchdown, Tynan Numkina.
Yeah, he's had kind of a lot of success out there in space. Whenever they're able to get the ball in a little bit of space out in the flat, he's very elusive, nice runner, good athlete, and we've kind of struggled just to be able to contain him.
So with 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter, Bettendorf extends their lead 27-0 with the PAT from Pelzer on the way.
And this is a tired defense. You've got to get more production out of your offense. You've got to get some first downs. You've got to get some good punts. You've got to get some points. And if your defense is out there too much, they're just going to start to wear down. I think that's kind of what you saw here in the second half.
So Pels are on. The kick is up. It's good, making it 28-0, Bettendorf leading. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction. Always work directly with the owner and where homeowner improvements months in advance, or you're hit with sudden
Bob Wadden. Online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductibles.
My number one priority is to listen to my clients and help them over bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on Nathan Mather.
We're back. 8-0 as the Muskies look to return this kick. By Mason Crabtree.
Is that Mason? Kozad, the freshman.
The freshman getting a chance to play up here in the playoff game. Line. Quarter. Led by Eli Gay at quarterback. They give us to Nimley. Nimley with a seam. Big first down run on first down for the Muskie senior.
Well, and really sort of the first spark that we've seen from Tim this game.
They move the chains. The Carts were under 4:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine offense trying to get something going here at the end of the game. Things. Nimley. Short gain on first down.
I'd like to hear a couple of those stories.
The Muscatine was down 28 points at Pleasant Valley in 1997, and with time, 3:53 to go here. That was the Chris Burke, Travis Welsh, Bucky O'Connor version of the Muskies. As Eli Gay brings the offense. Quarterback sweep is Gay over the left side. He's going to have close to the first down. It'll be interesting to see where they spot it. He's going to spot him just short, it looks like. But he's pushed out of bounds, so that will stop the clock. So 3:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Eli Gay runs the offense for the Muskies. Prince Wee out wide right. Nimley adjusts in the backfield.
Steps left, steps right.
They give it to Nimley up the middle. It will be a first down.
Great power run by Tim there. Was not going to be denied the first down.
So 1st and 10, 3:22 to play here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine picking up their tempo. The clock does restart now. So under 3:15 and counting. by side, the give. No, Eli fakes it. He's off the left side. And a first down, and he gets out of bounds. Good run there for Eli Gay.
Yeah, it looks like he was assisted a little bit by Willie Mathis as well to get out of bounds there. Again, worth noting, Bettendorf's made some substitutions here.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
A little bit easier up front, it looks like, for the Muskies. And again, very nice offensive line from Muscatine. Not their most shining night, but they've had a lot of guys running hard at them.
And a bad snap there will be a fumble that Bettendorf recovers. And that's Diego Cortez, who's had a big second half here. A couple sacks and now a fumble recovery. As Muscatine will turn it over to the Bulldogs with 2:54 to play here in the fourth quarter. And so the Muskies defense will now come back onto the field.
Well, and to be fair, to be clear, I feel like their defense has played very well tonight. I mean, you had a big play in the first half, which was, not the greatest coverage and a missed tackle, but other than that, a pretty great first half defensively. Second half, you start off with a really wonky field position for Bettendorf. They get a nice play and it's score the touchdown. Other than that, they've been pretty solid. Been out on the field a lot.
Dunn takes the carry from the quarterback, Christian Couts. Loss of about 1 on first down, so they'll bring up 2nd and 11. As the Muscatine defense looking to try and hold Bettendorf here. 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we're seeing that clock management offense for Bettendorf with 12 seconds to go now on the play clock. Couts takes the snap. He gives it to Dunn. And Dunn's met right there in the middle by Tim Nimley.
Well, I'll tell you, Joel, it's going to be go ahead, sorry.
Tim is down still on that play. That was a big collision. Nolan Recker able to clean it up at the end. So Tim is down. And we're going to step away. We'll be back in a few on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
I'm Nathan Mather. As an attorney, my number one priority is to listen to my clients and help them overcome the challenges they face, everything from bankruptcy to adoption. As your county supervisor, that priority is the same. I believe the only way that we can move forward is if your elected officials actually listen to what you need most and work hard to make it happen. I am asking for your vote for the privilege to keep on working for you because leadership and experience matter. I'm Nathan Mather, and I approve this message.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call.
And we're back at Tuval Stadium. Bettendorf leads 28-0. Tim Nimley just helped off the field. Hopefully everything's okay for Tim. Couts back to pass now. He slings it out.
Oh, suplex.
And Tim there, and Prince Wee.
German
big
suplex.
tackle.
Very nice by Prince Wee there. Got the full extension, got him over. Nice job.
Able to prevent the first down, so that's going to make it 4th and 2 now for the Bulldogs with 1:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Little shades of Brock Lesnar.
They got the hairstyles for Lesnar on the sideline there for Bettendorf as well. I suppose Brock will be tuning into his Gophers as they take on Michigan tomorrow night as Big Ten football returns. I'm excited for that.
I don't even know if that guy gets any reception at his ranch.
Yeah, who knows? He's a crazy person. I'm just happy Big Ten football is back. I can't wait to watch the Gophers beat the Wolverines tomorrow. Hopefully sending Jim Harbaugh on his way. It gets words of encouragement from our technical director, Chris Anderson, who's a huge Michigan fan and a disgrace to all things Muscatine. No, I'm kidding.
Professor Conrad Wilkie will be tuned in there to see his beloved Gophers for sure. You know, it's tough. I really going to miss this senior class here. It's a tremendous senior class. I know the last 2 years haven't gone maybe how they would have. Well, certainly it hasn't gone how they wanted. Certainly not maybe even how some people thought it would go. Tons of talent up and down the lineup. Really, really tremendous individual players. Fun team to coach. You know, great effort, great attitude. Very much going to be missed by this program, and too many guys to name. But you know, having had the opportunity to coach them and be around them for 3 years was really a pleasure. And you know, tough to see them go out this way. I know it's not the way they wanted to go out, not the way they imagined going out, but definitely going to be missed by the program. And so, really appreciate all their hard work and dedication the last 4 years.
And we will cover their names in the Sinclair Tractor post-game show as well, so stay tuned for that. As Muscatine able to hold Bettendorf, TD, one of the seniors you're just talking about, making the tackle, keeping the fourth down from being converted, and the Muscatine offense will take over. Some of those other seniors, Jake Draves, the senior quarterback and wide receiver, Mason Beatty, another senior wide receiver, Carter McCreary, Xander Morgan, David Dalby, Reed Olsis. The list continues on and on. Prince Wee and Eli Gay, two players we've called their names several times tonight. 1st and 10 for the Muskies with 56 seconds to go as Eli Gay takes the snap and gives it to Mentor Cooper. And Mentor,
another senior,
spins his way on a fine carry there. 45 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
So Tim Nimley, of course, we've talked about all year. Joel Mentor Cooper, Anthony Sanchez, who we saw get injured a little bit earlier, Diego Rangel, George Ocampo, Josh Thomas, Adrian Madrigal, Nick Peterson, Trevor Barkalow, Joey Miller, Caden Roberts. It's good to see him back in uniform and playing tonight. DJ Keck, Xander Stolfus, Cruz Schliessman, TD, Angel Graciano, Alex Edwards. Like I said, great group of seniors, great group of kids to be around. Wish them nothing but the best going forward. And, you know, a lot of guys who I know are going to be very successful in their professional lives as they grow up, and it'll be fun to watch what happens with them.
And that is going to do it as the Bettendorf Bulldogs defeat Muscatine 28-0 here in what was the second round of the Iowa High School Football Association playoffs. And we will be back to wrap this one up as the Muskies fall to Bettendorf 28-0. We'll be back with the Sinclair Tractor post-game show right after this.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a deer.
Welcome back to Bettendorf AR Tuvel Stadium as the Muscatine Muskies fall to Bettendorf 28-0 as Coach DJ Hawkins wraps up his first season as the head football coach at Muscatine High School. Coaches over there having a conversation with his players. This is always a tough way to go. My senior year ended on this very field as well, on a game to play into the playoffs against Bettendorf. And we talked about those seniors a little bit before the game wrapped up. This is this is always a hard night for a team, is when you have to say goodbye to players who've been such a huge part of your life as a coaching staff, all the way from their freshman year all the way through as a senior, Ben.
Well, and football's been a large part of their life as well, right? I mean, it's you get up early. You're up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, going to things on Thursday mornings. You're up early. One of the things that's sort of been a transition in the last 20, 25 years is now a lot of those summer workouts are early because kids got to work, kids got other things to do, get about their day. So kids are coming in at, it's their summer vacation. They're showing up at 6:30 in the morning for workouts, for lifting. They go to 7-on-7. So it's a big part of their life. And so, it's something that they've known for the last 6 years, certainly the last 4 years. And so where do you go now? That's why I always encourage, kids to play a couple sports or be in a couple activities so you got something else. But it is a hard night. It's a loss that's felt by the coaches as there's kids who you love and have really enjoyed being around that you're just not going to see the same amount. You'll still be at school, but it's a little different. And then it's a hard night for the kids. It's a big piece of their life that's no longer really there. And certainly a couple kids will get some opportunities to play maybe at the next level. But number one, it's not the same. It's cool. It's its own thing, but it's different. And number two, there's plenty of kids that are not going to play at the next level. This is their last game of football that doesn't involve, being in grandma's backyard. And so always a tough night. It's emotional, tough to say goodbye to people. But, it's a part of life and it's a part of football. And, I mean, these are some of the lessons that you get taught by playing sports and to dedicate your life to something and then know that at some point that comes to an end. And we face that a lot of times in different aspects of our life. And so, I think there's a value here to these kids as well. Any kids that are involved in these activities, whether it's marching band or cross country or football or volleyball, when that's done, when that final whistle goes and you're done with that activity and you got to move on, that's a life lesson of what comes next in life. What do you do now? Where do you move on to? And, you don't just stop being. You got to move on. So it is tough. It's a learning lesson. And, it's hard to say goodbye to such a great group of seniors. And like I said before, I know this wasn't exactly, they didn't have the kind of success the last 2 years that I know they would have dreamed about. But really had some outstanding plays and some outstanding games and certainly left their mark here in Muscatine, and they'll be missed.
And that brings us to our offensive player of the game, presented by Bear of Muscatine. Ben, who'd you have for our offensive player of the game tonight?
I think obviously not a lot of offensive explosion, but I think we got to go with Eli Gay. I mean, he was under pressure a lot, under duress, picked up a couple big first downs when he really had no right to pick those first downs up, and has done a nice job all year. He got kind of thrust into a role that he wasn't expecting to play.
Right, yeah. All-state receiver, and now he's playing quarterback starting week 3.
Yeah, so, I think overall he did a great job this season, and tonight, he had some of the few bright spots on that offensive side of the ball.
And then our defensive player of the game, presented by Eastern Iowa Community College.
This was tough, too. I think, you certainly could make a case for George Ocampo, who was really strong all year long and obviously had the big pick in the end zone, which was, kind of kept the Muskies in the game at that point. But I think I'm going to go with Nick Peterson. I mean, he, kind of put in the hard work and, again, and we've talked about this before, but when you're running a 3-4 defense and you're one of those 3 down linemen, a lot of your job is to take on blocks. A lot of your job is to get your hands on the offensive lineman and make sure those linebackers are free to run up, make tackles. Nick does a great job of that. He's tall, he's range, he's got good athleticism, he gets out wide, forced some tough throws out of the Bettendorf quarterback, chased some guys down. I thought he played a very nice ball game tonight.
And then our play of the game, presented by Rivo Plumbing and Heating. I don't know what you had for that. For me, that play of the game was the George Ocampo interception in the end zone. So George, erasing the touchdown off the board by stepping in front of the pass and creating interception at the time. It's an opportunity maybe for Muscatine to scratch and claw their way back into the game, just unable to do that tonight. So Muscatine falls 28-0 against Bettendorf. Bettendorf will move on. They'll get a playoff assignment tomorrow at noon. And we will be back, though, in just a few short weeks as basketball season is right around the corner. Again, pleasure to work with you all season long, Ben. You graduate from, I don't know if it's a graduation, but you move on from a long coaching career to then joining us up in the booth this fall, and you did a fantastic job, and it's really a lot of fun for me to call this game with you this year.
Well, thanks, Joel. Same to you. And, it was a pleasure to be up here. And it's nice to follow the Muskies again. These, as I said before, it's kids I care a lot about, having worked with them and been around them. And so it was nice for me to have the opportunity on Fridays to sit up here and watch the progress that Coach Hawkins made with them and watch these guys compete, for their last season. And so it was, the pleasure was all mine to be here. And I appreciate, you and all of our sponsors, Chris Anderson and his crew for doing a great job getting us the shots, setting up and tearing down and doing all that stuff. It was kind of neat to be behind the scenes here and see what that's all about, and different perspective, but still a lot of fun and enjoyable to be up here and doing this. So thank you and for all your efforts, and it's a great time.
Yeah, I like to give Chris a hard time, but he has built something really pretty special here with Discover Muscatine, and they're working hard to bring you these games. We're just the guys who get to plug in and talk about it. They do a lot of this hard work, and they set everything up, and they go out and get these fine sponsors like Sinclair Tractor, Nathan Mather for Supervisor, Healthy Smiles Family Dentistry, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Bear of Muscatine, Eastern Iowa Community College, First National Bank of Muscatine, and the list continues on with River Rehab Physical Therapy, Pearl City Construction, Pearl City Motors, Hy-Vee Stores of Muscatine, Flowers on the Avenue, Vision Center PC, Dairy Queen of Muscatine, Affordable Metal Manufacturing, Fairway, IowaPropertyInspection.com, Arnold Motor Supply, Riots and Rebels Salon, Redberry Cafe, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, the Hall Tree Boutique, Muscatine Lawn and Power. Get your snowblowers out ready for those folks. Family Eye Center and Western Drug. And people, I appreciate you guys listening and watching it all year long. When you're at these establishments throughout town, tell them thank you. We couldn't do this without them. Make sure you know that you listened and you watched, and you're proud to have them as sponsors, because we couldn't do this without this sponsor list, and make sure you let them know how much you appreciate it.
Well, and huge thank you, especially this year, to the sponsors, because a lot of people couldn't come out to the games they wanted to, with the things the way they are and the limited tickets and the spacing and distancing and all that, and so people couldn't come out. And so it's nice to be able to bring that game to people, to be able to broadcast it. They can watch the plays for themselves. They can see these kids out here competing. And that happens because of those sponsors being willing to put up that and sponsor it and be a part of Muskie football, Muskie athletics, and allow us to bring that game to you into your homes.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for us on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Krausar from my partner Ben Nitzel. Have a great night, everybody.
See ya.